Argentina, Brazil, here is Carlos Boy Felipe! And across the octagon, his opponent fighting out of the red corner. His background's in Sambo and kickboxing. At 6 feet 3 inches tall, he weighed officially 245 pounds. This veteran holds a record of 31 victories, 20 defeats, and 2 no contests. He fights out of Coconut Creek, Florida. Here is the former UFC heavyweight champion of the world, Andrei, the Pitbull Arlovski! And your referee in charge of the action is Herb Dean.
Herb Dean, third man in for the big fellas in this matchup. How about Andrei Arlovski made his pro MMA debut in 1999, UFC debut in 2000. We're getting to the point where UFC fighters on the roster were born in the year 2000, and that's when he made his UFC debut. This Fight Clock is brought to you by Modelo.
And what we've seen from Andrei has been an evolution. You know, of course, the heavyweights, you know, they go out there and they bang. They got the one-punch knockout power. But over the time, well, see, look at that. Opens with a calf kick. We see him be a lot more elusive these days. You know, it implements a high fight IQ. There's a side kick to the leg. You know, and that's the way to beat Carlos. As I said on the walk, Carlos is much more just kind of a boxing approach. If he uses all the weapons, the 8 limbs, then Andrei can have, you know, a relatively easy time with him here. But if he allows himself to get sucked into a brawl, into a boxing fight, that's going to allow Carlos to have success.
So we asked Carlos Felipe what was with the tattoo on the face this week, and he said brawler. You know, in Fighter in Life, I'm a brawler. And I said, okay, what about the hair? He said, tribute to Charles Oliveira, UFC champion.
Hey, why not?
Give him the blonde look. It's working out for him.
Give him the respect. You know, Carlos also said, coming into this one, he's focused on strength and conditioning as much as possible. He said he's as strong as he's ever been. He said he's in the best shape of his life. He said, I always used to get called and bullied for being a little on the chubbier side when I was a child. It doesn't bother him. But he said, the best shape of his career this time.
Belly flop test.
I think that hurt Andrei a little bit. That's what Carlos needs to do. He's got to back him up, but then he's got to keep him there against the fence.
Busy with the lower half is Arlovski.
Smart, really, really smart approach. Chop up the legs, chop up the midsection, whip the kicks. Obviously, the legs are longer than the punches, so therefore, the shorter guy in Carlos can't swing and connect. Not impossible, but just tougher.
Metade do round, boi, 2,5. Vamos apertar agora, tá? Crescer. A gente tem que tocar nele, boi.
Arlovski doing a good job staying out of the range so far. Big swing and a miss again from Felipe.
And that's why, though, you see the way Felipe swings. You know, Andrei's been tagged over the course of his career. He's had many, many fights. Yeah, and that's what's caused him to evolve into this, you know, more elusive style, a smarter style, you know. Felipe's got to get in the pocket. He's got to cut off the cage and back him up against the fence and give him nowhere to run. Not that I'm saying Andrei's running, but I'm saying that's what he needs to do. Really nice work by Andrei, though.
Watch those fingers.
Between Jim Miller now after 38 UFC appearances, and this is UFC appearance 35 for Andrei Arlovski. That's 73 combined fights between those two fighters. That's more than the rest of the fighters have on the card tonight.
Yeah, and look at Andrei. Look how fluid he is. Look at the movement. Look at the shot selection and how he's putting the combinations with the punches and the kicks. It really is mind-blowing because this sport is incredibly hard on the body. Not only when you fight, when you prepare for the fights. The training camps are brutal, the wear and tear that you take. So to see him doing this at this age, it's truly inspirational.
Still gets on the ice, plays hockey a few times a week, does Arlovski down in Florida, trains an American top team. Carlos Felipe waves him on, says, let's get into it. It's just throwing hope for Felipe.
And I got to think that beard's going to soften a punch a little bit. I mean, that is an impressive beard. It's thick. And not much, but it's going to soften it a little bit. Nice low kick.
Final 10 of round one. Another puts forward by Arlovski. Polishes off the combination with a kick.
Well, nice job.
Yeah, stiff jab. Round two coming up.
Tô bem, facilitar não.
Você sentiu golpe ali no final, não foi?
Did you feel that last hit? You did it,
Ele ganhou o
right?
primeiro round.
Listen, he won the first round.
Essa porra, eu quero que perca tirando.
No, if we lose this, we're gonna go down striking. Okay?
Vamos parar com isso. Perder,
Let's stop this. If we lose, we lose. We need to risk this. Okay? Okay? Let's put volume into this. All right? Screw it.
You guys.
And how's the stamina? Okay, I'm ready. Then that's it. That's okay. Everything's okay. When you start pressuring him, he stopped kicking you. Okay, listen, taking hits is normal. It's part of the fight. Do you want some more? You want some more water? Then you're ready. Go.
It's an ESPN Plus special presentation of UFC 267 from Abu Dhabi on October 30th. Jan Blachowicz defending the light heavyweight title against Glover Teixeira, plus an interim bantamweight championship matchup between Piotr Jan and Corey Sandhagen. Special 2 p.m. Eastern start time. All you need is a subscription to ESPN Plus. No additional charge for an absolutely loaded fight card coming up October 30th. Felipe trying to get inside the range and put some damage on Andrei Arlovski. Arlovski punches his way off the fence. Arlovski is a much busier fighter, throwing double the amount of strikes in round one.
Yeah, he's busy, he's fast, he's accurate.
And this is what Felipe has been known for in his first 4 fights in the UFC. He'll start jawing at you. He'll start trying to make it nasty.
And that's what he's got to do. That's his best chance of winning. Turn it into a dogfight like this, but it has to be against the fence. Andrei's elusive. Andrei has movement, and he also has the speed. But Felipe has the power to put his lights out. So great work by Andrei. That's what he's got to do. When he gets backed up, he's got to get out into the open every time.
Oh, head kicks.
Low kick.
Shuffled the stance of Felipe.
It's the diversity that's throwing Felipe off. He's getting punched, kicked, hit at all angles, high and low. Legs, body, head. Whereas Felipe's just looking for the head. Yeah, I mean, look at that. 6 to the head, 23 to Arlovski, 12 to the legs. Just the diversity in the numbers alone seriously paints the picture. But still, Arlovski's got to be careful because he started off with a lot of movement, and he's a big man. So you are going to slow as the fight progresses. And when you're swinging with intensity, when you're trying to knock out your opponent, you get tired. And as he gets tired, Felipe is going to find himself getting more and more into this fight, and we're going to see that Andrei gets less elusive. And the less elusive he gets, the more chance Felipe has of landing that knockout shot. Oh, that calf kick's nasty.
Sticking and moving and dodging most of the Henny punishment. Keeps the guard high there. Blocks the body kick.
Felipe's got to put a left hook on the end of that. He's throwing the 1-2 wildly. The left hook may find the mark because it's there.
Counter shot, forearm shiver from Felipe. Arlovski wears it well, as you would expect. 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, Felipe checked that low kick. That was one of the first ones he checked.
Fight. Watch those fingers.
That was the right call by Herb.
Yeah.
Ooh. I mean, they're swinging now. That was a beautiful straight right. Really knocked the head to the side of Felipe. Felipe's going to get busier. Simple as that. You know, Andrei's slowing down a little bit. As I said, he's getting a little less elusive, and Felipe's having more success. But it's not enough output, and I know he's tired, but you got to bite down on that mouthpiece and you got to dig deep. You got to leave it all in the octagon, because at this rate, Andrei Arlovski's going to win this fight.
Felipe's shaking him off, saying they're not hurting, but they're landing. Felipe wanted to get it in close quarters. Arlovski escapes to the right.
It's in these exchanges that it's dangerous for Andrei. Andrei's doing a good job of rolling under the right hook. He's got to be careful, because if Felipe changes that to an uppercut, he's going to roll onto something.
20 seconds to go. A nice right from Felipe.
This is a better round for Felipe. I still think.
He wobbled him with that one.
This is exactly what Felipe needed to end the round. This gives him encouragement, motivation, and lets him know, I can still win this fight. Oh!
Sit down. Relax. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. Get oxygen in. Doing good. Doing very good.
We die here, but you win this round. All right? Give your life. Give your life. All right? He's dead. He's dead. You're going to win this fight. You're going to win this fight. I just want more volume. All right? He's coming out on the bottom all the time. Underneath. We cannot let him strike back. Okay, it's 1-1. Okay, let's win this thing. Some more water. Breathe deep, and that's it.
LFA 116 is live and exclusive on UFC Fight Pass this Friday. Sign up today for the best in global combat sports, the most in-depth original shows, and an always-on channel with the best fights in UFC history. UFC Fight Pass, step into our world. Corner of Carlos Felipe told him that it was 1-1. They said empty the tank, final 5. Bisping disagrees.
Carlos Felipe's corner was screaming, imploring, begging him, saying, listen, he's done, he's tired, he's exhausted, and all of those things are true. But Arlovski's still standing, he's still fighting. Right? I said it at the start, the longer this fight goes, the more tired Andrei's going to get, because he's a big man that's relying on elusive movement, stick and move in and out, right? And he has to at this phase of his career, because his chin is probably diminished compared to what it was when he first came to the UFC. However, if Felipe wants to win, he also needs to step on the gas, empty the tank. That was a big
He was asking for some assistance from Herb Dean. I don't know if it was an eye poke or what. Dean wants to take another look at it, but they're going to have to look while the action continues. They'll put a yellow light on if they think there was something to stop the fight for. Nonetheless, we play on. Heavy combinations, Felipe dipping into it.
See, the thing is, again, Andrei is remaining in the pocket. That's because he's tired. And when he's remaining in the pocket, that's when he's getting caught, and that's when he might get knocked out. I don't know if
the commission just singled Herb Dean. They said it was a punch.
It was
clear
a punch.
No reason to stop the action.
I don't know if it is 1-1. I know that round 2 was extremely close.
Yep.
The last 2 minutes belonged to Felipe, but I don't know. There's a nice body head.
A little more than 3 minutes to go. Dean Thomas, what do you got?
This fight is about as close as you can get. But Carlos Felipe has to, what makes him so charismatic, playing to the crowd, it's also hurting him in this fight because he needs to use that energy on his offensive output, because right now he's still in it. He can still win, but I think he's spending way too much time playing to the crowd.
100%, Dean. He's got to take that energy and put it on Andrei Arlovski's face, because he's got 2 minutes 55 to put him away. And if he doesn't do that, it's all well and good being a showman, putting your hands in the air and being a badass. But when you lose the fight, no one cares. You're yesterday's news, and tonight will belong to Andrei. So stop showboating and start knocking people out. That's what he needs to do.
Arlovski dipping that head there. As you said, Michael, that's more dangerous as the fight continues.
I mean, it is the thing to do. You want to roll under those hooks as opposed to... Oh, this isn't good.
A leg kick, but Arlovski gets sent to the turf.
Andrei's got to cover
and Felipe is swarming. Does he have enough to end it?
Andrei's exhausted at this point. And Felipe needs to disengage. He needs to break like his life depends on it.
Well, you got to really be married to the game if you're Andrei Arlovski and you're grinding it out like this. 54 fights into your career. Final 2 minutes.
And listen, one fight or 54 fights doesn't mean you can't trip, because that's what happened there. Just, you know, in the madness, he just kind of stumbled. He's tired. He's taking shots. It's understandable. But it gave Felipe some great momentum in a round that he's already in control of.
That's combination from Arlovski.
I still think I've got Andrei up the first 2 rounds. Very close in the second. Oh!
Felipe has caught up in terms of striking attempts, and really they're neck and neck in terms of strikes landed at this point. But of course, you got to score it round by round. Jorge Masvidal rooting on the veteran, the pitbull, Andrei Arlovski.
I mean, both men are exhausted at this stage. Big knee from Andrei. There it is.
Felipe with 40 significant strikes landed in round 3.
And look at that in round 2. 31 apiece. I mean, could it be any closer?
It's work.
Herb Dean wants him to work. I don't know how much they got left with 39.
If I'm Felipe, you got to separate. You got to go for it. This is great for Andrei. I think if Andrei sees the bell, he wins this fight. Felipe needs a finish.
And let's fight.
Trying to separate him, easier said than done. Couple of big boys in there. Combination from Arlovski.
Andrei's got his second win there for the last 20 seconds.
Oh.
Felipe's got nothing left. He's waiting for the perfect opportunity. 10 seconds.
Who's got a big shot? One more flurry from Felipe. Arlovski walks away, hands extended. Co-main event was a good one between Andrei Arlovski and Carlos Felipe. They go the distance. The official decision is next.